Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. A couple of weeks ago I uploaded a lesson on how to introduce your company and product or service in a professional email. In this second part, I want to show you some different ways to write a good introduction email. Welcome back to English for Professionals. I'm Derek and I'm here with another short lesson for you busy people. Before we get started, just a quick reminder to subscribe to my channel, hit the red button and don't forget to click on the little bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new lesson. And join my email list. Every 2 weeks I send out my free vocabulary email with additional business English, words from the news and everyday English for you to learn. The link is in the description below. And now let's start the lesson. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is part 2 of an email writing lesson I uploaded recently. In that lesson, we focused on writing a follow-up email after a short face-to-face meeting. In this lesson, I want to show you some different ways to introduce your company, product or service. This kind of email usually follows this structure. First of all, you introduce yourself. Then you give a reason for writing. This is followed by the value you can offer, a short description of your company and the value your product or service offers. Then we have a CTA, which is a call to action, what you want the person to do after reading the mail. And the last part is to close the email in a friendly and positive way. So let's start by taking a look at some different ways to introduce yourself. The first example is a formal style introduction with full name, job title and company name. The second is less formal with first name and company name. The third example is for when you and the person you're writing to have a mutual contact, someone you both know who has suggested that the person might be interested in what you're offering. Now let's move on and look at some different ways to express the reason for your email. The first example here is also formal. Using the formal expression at the start, I would like to. I would like to talk to you about how our, and then name your product or service, has helped our customers or clients to, and then name a typical client goal, something that the client wants to achieve. And a quick tip here. Normally, people or companies that buy physical products are called customers. And people or companies who pay for services are called clients. The second example is informal, starting with the short form of I am, I'm, and the informal expression to reach out, which can simply mean to contact someone or to offer help. And then we have 3 more examples using the more informal short forms of I am and I would. And this next section is very important. How to describe the value your company, product or service offers. The first example here is also formal. We have been in the market since, and then add the year your company entered the market, and we have worked with over, the number of clients, to, and again name a typical client goal. So here we're using the long forms again, we have been, we have worked, to make it more formal. If you want to make it less formal, simply use the shorter forms, we've been and we've worked. The next example is neither formal nor informal. It's somewhere in between. Let's take a look at some of the vocabulary. Exceptional means extremely good. and to exceed expectations is to do more than expected. And here are two more examples of how you can describe the value you can offer. The following words can also be useful when describing the benefits of your product or service. Reduce, for example, reduce costs. Minimize, to minimize errors, for example. Optimize, we optimize processes. Increase, increase sales. A lot of companies want to increase sales. Improve, improve performance, for example. And this section is also very important, the call to action. What do you want the reader to do? The first example is a formal way to suggest the reader opens and reads a document and visits your website. The second example is a less formal way to suggest the reader visits your website. The next example is a formal way to request a phone appointment, using the formal expression, "Would you be available?" And here we have an informal way to request a phone appointment. And here are two more examples. And finally, let's take a look at some different ways to close the email in a friendly and positive way. And here we'll also start with a formal style. I look forward to hearing from you. A standard way to end a formal email. And now we'll take a look at some informal ways to close your introduction email. So that brings us to the end of another short lesson. I hope you found it helpful. All of the phrases from this lesson are included in the description below. And if there are any areas of business English I can help you with, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to cover those topics in upcoming lessons. If you like this lesson, hit the like button and share with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already and join my email list. Every 2 weeks I send out my free vocabulary email with additional business English, words from the news and everyday English for you to learn. The link is in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon.